Hello everyone, welcome to Rainbow Infinity. Today I'll be reading Shimmer. There's only room for one of us on this sidewalk. If you like the reading, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Please enjoy. And I won't stop until you admit I'm that one. Pinkie Pie opened her bedroom window and leaned out of it, putting her hands on the sill. She let the wind ruffle her hair as she looked around at the neighborhood. No one was up yet, and neither was the sun, which was inching up the horizon. "Wow, what a beautiful day," she sighed, smiling at the cool fall day. "A weekend like this shall not be wasted." She immediately ran to get her jacket and charged out the door. As Pinkie started on her way, birds who had not yet flown south began to chirp and sing. Squirrels scurried around gathering nuts, and lights started to blink on in houses. The neighborhood slowly came to life from every direction. Pinkie happily skipped down the sidewalk, humming and enjoying the early morning weather. No one could break her good mood now. "Oh, hey!" she exclaimed. "A froggy!" She knelt down to get a closer look at the slimy creature hopping in her path, and giggled when it bounced onto her hand. "Aw, he likes me," Pinkie said, petting the back of his head. "I'm gonna call you—" She was interrupted by someone slamming into her side, and falling face first over her soon after. "Ow!" the girl exclaimed, which turned out to be Lyra Heartstrings. "Watch it!" "I could say the same to you," Pinkie replied, rubbing her head. Suddenly, she began to panic. "Wait, where's Sloggy?" "Who's Sloggy?" Lyra ignored her pain for a second to wonder what the girl she'd tripped over was talking about. "The frog I found." Pinkie was frantically rubbing the grass on her hands and knees. "I came up with the name Sloggy because he's slimy and a froggy, and together that makes Sloggy." Her hands waved in the air, and she completely forgot about her search. Lyra nodded, standing up again and started walking away, only to find Pinkie appear in front of her a few feet later. "Whoa, whoa, whoa! Where do you think you're going?" She put her hand in Lyra's face. Lyra scowled, not up for Pinkie's tricks. I'm walking. I've every right to, you know." She pushed Pinkie's hand away and tried to go around her on the grass, but couldn't. "That's what you think," she said, pointing at the sidewalk between them. "You see, this concrete was only built for one person at a time, but there's two of us." "And your point is?" "You are not allowed to pass because I was here first." She crossed her arms. "Then I'll just go on the grass." "No! That is strictly prohibited." Lyra smirked, both at the girl's sudden use of big words and the humor of the situation. "Oh, really?" She stepped onto the grass, causing Pinkie to erupt with screams. Lyra covered her ears and got back onto the sidewalk. Pinkie stopped. "She's crazy. 100% crazy," Lyra thought, waiting for Pinkie to talk again so she could get on with her day. The sun was already just barely above the houses by now. "As I was saying, I am the only one allowed to use this path. So, if you'll kindly step to the side, I'll be on my way," she finally said. "I thought I wasn't allowed on the grass." Lyra threw her arms in the air, exasperated. "That's right, you aren't." Lyra growled, frustration building up inside her. "Yeah, well, your hair looks like cotton candy." "Your hair looks like mint toothpaste," Pinkie Pie fired back. "Ooh!" Voices gasped from all around them, and Lyra noticed a crowd had formed to watch their bickering. She smiled competitively. Game on. "You're crazy," she called to Pinkie. "You're stupid." "You have a pet alligator." "You have a dumb friend." Lyra stumbled backwards. Did she just say what she thought she said? No one calls Bon Bon dumb. "Fight, fight, fight," the crowd began to chant. "They want us to fight," Lyra said. "I'd be honored." Seriously, what was with Pinkie and her words today? Both girls geared up in a fighting stance, hands and fists in front of their faces. Someone in the crowd counted down from 3, and then it all went downhill from there. Lyra went to punch Pinkie in the face, but she blocked with both arms crossed in front of her. With Lyra held up, she tried to fit in a kick, only to have another leg cut her short. Lyra then spun around and elbowed Pinkie in the face. She caught herself before falling, and tried another kick, this time knocking her opponent off her feet. Her head hit the ground with a thud for the second time that day. Lyra healed quickly and jumped to her feet, taking a few steps backwards. Pinkie Pie stepped forward, ready to get extreme. She pulled a cake from behind her back and projected it at Lyra, and it successfully hit its target. Pinkie giggled with the crowd. Lyra reddened and swiped a heart from someone in the crowd, sneaking up on Pinkie and banging her on the head. The girl vibrated for a few seconds before toppling to the ground. Lyra waited for her to stand back up, but she didn't. Lyra set down the harp and knelt to the ground, the crowd beginning to whisper. "Hey, what's going on?" a girl in the crowd called. She pushed to the front, and everyone recognized Sunset Shimmer. Lyra looked up and waved her over. Sunset gasped. "Pinkie! What happened?" Pinkie opened her eyes. "Oh, hey, Sunset. Me and Lyra were just fighting over who should use the sidewalk," she exclaimed cheerfully. Sunset raised an eyebrow. "Were you?" Pinkie nodded. Lyra and Sunset helped her up. "Pinkie Pie, I'm sorry. I should have let you pass me," Lyra said, the guilt in her voice apparent. "Nah, it's all right. I started it. It was stupid anyways." Pinkie shrugged. "Friends?" "Yes." The two then hugged and giggled. What a stupid way to get knocked unconscious. "I know, right? Hey, I have got to tell you about the time Sunset... how about we don't?" They laughed and linked arms, walking together, all three of them fitting on the sidewalk, leaving the crowd wondering what just happened. Thank you for listening in. I hope you enjoyed the reading. Until next time, stay tuned.